We've all been there, haven't we? Just stuck. You're in that loop of replaying a conversation over and over, or second-guessing every little decision you make. Man, it is exhausting. So today, we're going to break down how to actually stop that cycle of overthinking using some really practical, down-to-earth wisdom. Okay, this right here, this hits hard because it's just so true. It's that tiny little worry that just snowballs. And before you know it, it's a full-blown catastrophe playing out in your mind. This is so much more than just stress. This is about how our own minds can literally sabotage our own peace. And here's the really crucial part. When we overthink, what we're actually doing is building a reality based on fear, not on fact. Seriously, it's like our thoughts become these self-fulfilling prophecies. So the big question is, how do we stop it? All right, the very first step here is a huge mindset shift. It's all about really getting a handle on the difference between how we see the world. The whole concept is that there are all these different versions of you living inside everyone else's head. And each version is totally shaped by their own unique experiences with you. And of course, once you can really truly accept that, you can start to let go of overthinking because you realize you never really knew their full story in the first place. But what do you do when your mind is just racing? Like right now, in that moment? Well, for that, you're going to need a toolkit for immediate relief. It is so powerful. It's simply this: voice your thoughts as they happen. It stops you from taking all that negative energy home with you, where it just sits and festers and grows into resentment, so you can actually get some peace at the end of the day. Okay, here you go. Try these. You can journal. Just get all those thoughts out of your head and down on paper. Or try this visualization trick. I know, but it's such a powerful little mental trick to just dismiss that thought on the spot. And we have to remember, overthinking isn't just in your head. You know, the kind where your belly actually pushes out when you breathe in? That one simple action sends a direct signal to your brain that says, we need to figure out what's fueling the fire in the first place. Overthinking is really just our brain trying to protect us from something it thinks is a threat. Is it? It's almost always about a much deeper fear, like a fear of being abandoned or rejected. This is your secret weapon. Seriously, is it actually true, or is it just a feeling? Learning to separate your feelings from the actual facts, honestly, it is a total game changer. So the feeling might be, he's going to leave me. But the fact is, he's probably just busy and hasn't replied yet. Or the feeling is, I'm not worthy because I didn't get that job. And the fact, they found someone who was a better fit for that specific role. One is a painful story you're telling yourself about who you are. The other is just a neutral thing that happened. All right, we've got our in-the-moment tools, and we know how to look for the root fear. Now, for the final piece of the puzzle, and I'm going to be honest, this is probably the hardest part, but it's also the most liberating. It's all about learning to let go and trust the process. You know, so much of our overthinking really just comes from this desperate need, but what if? What if we could just trust that even the detours, even the disappointments, are all part of a path that's ultimately working for us, not against us? Maybe the challenge you're going through right this second is teaching you the exact lesson. I mean, what a powerful way to reframe things, right? Instead of looking at rejection or loss as some kind of failure, what if you could see it as life protecting you? It wasn't a punishment. It was just making space, making room for what is truly meant for you. And all this, it all leads to maybe the most important takeaway of all. Your worth, it is not defined by what other people think. It is not defined by your past failures or successes. Who you are at your core is completely separate from anyone else's opinion of you, and it is totally separate from the things that just didn't work out. So I want to leave you with the question to really think about. Take a look at your life, at all the things that trigger your overthinking. What is the one thing, just one, that you are ready to stop trying to control, starting right now, today? Because that, right there, that's where your peace begins.